I need you to be honest with me for a second. Have you ever been at a dinner party, maybe a first date, and someone asked that one innocent little question, "So, what's your favorite place you've ever traveled to?" And you panic. You want to convey the magic of that sunset in Greece or that temple in Kyoto. But what comes out of your mouth? Cut to a slightly grainy, boring version of you. Santorini was nice. The blue roofs were pretty. We ate a lot of feta. It was hot. Cut back to cool you. You see them nod politely. You see their eyes glaze over. You just killed the vibe. Why does this happen? It's not because your life is boring. It's because you are falling into the fact trap. You are reporting events like a journalist instead of directing a scene like a filmmaker. Today, we are fixing this permanently. I'm going to teach you the 5-step narrative arc that travel writers and charismatic conversationalists use naturally. This isn't just about talking about travel. This is about how to hold a room, how to make people lean in, how to make them fall a little bit in love with the way you see the world. Let's break down the formula. Most people start their stories at the airport, or worse, with the name of the country. I went to Peru last summer. Sound effect, buzzer/fail noise. Boring. You've already lost them. In screenwriting, there's a term called in media res, Latin for in the midst of things. You need to start your story inside the action. You have 10 seconds to create a mystery or an emotion. Don't say, "I went to the Amazon rainforest." Say, "I didn't know what true darkness was until I turned off my flashlight in the middle of the Peruvian jungle and realized something was breathing next to me." Don't say, "Rome has great food." Say, "I ruined pasta for myself forever." I'm serious. After one specific bowl of carbonara in a Rome alleyway, nothing else tastes like food anymore. The lesson. Don't tell me where you went. Tell me a moment that happened while you were there. Okay, you hooked them. Now you need to anchor them in the scene. The mistake people make here is the list. We saw the tower, then the museum, then the bridge. Stop. The human brain can't process a list. It processes images. I want you to pick one specific visual, the postcard moment, and I want you to describe it in high definition. But don't just use your eyes, use your nose and your ears. The weak version. The market in Marrakesh was busy and colorful. The masterclass version. Imagine standing in a maze. It's 100 degrees. The air smells like burning incense and grilled lamb. You can hear motorbikes revving inches from your legs, and everywhere you look, there are mountains of bright red and yellow spices stacked like pyramids. Do you see the difference? One is a sentence, the other is a simulation. Put them there. This is the most important step. This is what separates a cool story from a deep connection. If you only describe the scenery, you're a guidebook. To be a storyteller, you must describe the transformation. People don't care about the mountain. They care about how the mountain made you feel. You need to be vulnerable here. Try this structure. Before I went, I was emotion A, but standing there, I felt emotion B. Example, I went to New York thinking I was going to conquer the city, but standing in Times Square at 2 a.m., with millions of people rushing by ignoring me, I realized I was invisible. And honestly, it was the most liberating feeling I've ever had. Example, everyone says Paris is romantic, but sitting alone by the Seine eating bread and cheese, I realized I didn't need a partner to be happy. I just needed to be present. When you share a feeling, the listener connects their own life to your story. That is the magic trick. A perfect vacation story is annoying. If everything went right, nobody cares. You need the glitch. The glitch is the human error, the weird interaction, the mistake, the thing that wasn't on the itinerary. This adds texture to the story. It proves you're real. Examples of the glitch. The hotel was luxury, but there was a rooster outside my window that screamed at 3 a.m. every single night. We named him Kevin. I tried to order coffee in Portuguese and accidentally told the waiter I loved him. He brought me a free pastry. We got lost and ended up at a wedding in a tiny village. We didn't know the bride, but we danced for 3 hours. Find the imperfection. That is where the humor lives. Finally, bring it home. Usually people end with, "Yeah, you should go." That's weak. Position yourself as an authority. Give them the nuance. This builds trust because you aren't just selling a fantasy, you're giving real advice. Use the if-then. Closer. Look, go to Iceland if you want to feel like you're on another planet and you don't mind being wet and cold. But skip it if you need luxury service and cheap beers. And if you go in September. The light is better and the crowds are gone. When you give specific conditions, people actually write down your advice. You become the expert in their mind. Let's recap the formula. The hook, start in the middle of the action. The snapshot, one vivid sensory image. The shift, how the place changed your internal state. The glitch, the weird, funny human detail. The verdict, honest, nuanced advice. Next time you're at a dinner party, don't just answer the question. Take the floor, paint the picture, leaning in close. I want to try this right now. In the comments, I don't want you to tell me your favorite country. I want you to write one sentence, just the hook, about your favorite trip. Make me feel the cold air, make me smell the street food. Best hook gets pinned. Go make your life sound like a movie. I'll see you in the next one.